Uh,
Alright คุณเลม we can start now คุณเลม
Okay. Let me start.
ค่ะ
Okay. I think our scope of work, as identified before, is only this area, the Ocean Beach Club, and then facing one, maybe except this area and this area. I think how to we also study the main character of many hotel before, and then we try to follow the hotel standard, the brand standard.
เต็มค่ะ apologize a little bit again on your screen can you minimize the bottom left อันหน้าจอข้างล่างซ้ายอ่ะมีเพราะว่ามันบล็อก
มันบล็อกใช่ครับ
มันปิดได้ไหมอ่ะ หน้าต่างนั้นอ่ะคิมจะได้เห็น
ปิดที่เลย
คุณคิมผมก็เป็นมือใหม่กับ iPad ผมก็หาไม่เจอเหมือนกันวิธีทำ
แต่คิมว่าอันนี้มันอยู่ที่ของคุณเลมเพราะว่าคุณเลมเขาพรีเซนต์จออยู่
ใช่ใช่ใช่มันอยู่บนจอคุณเลม
แรกหรือใครทำเป็นไหมเดี๋ยวพี่ตั้งมัน
ปิดหน้าต่างกลมๆเนี้ยเอ้ยใช่สี่เหลี่ยมเนี้ยโอเค
อ๋อใช่ใช่ใช่ใช่มันมีกดเครื่องหมายลบมันจะกลายเป็นไอคอนเล็กๆใช่ไหมฮะ
ค่ะ
นี่คุณเริ่มเห็นจอที่เป็นรูปของแต่ละคนข้างล่างไหมฮะไอ้มันมีบวกลบนะฮะกดตรงหัวมุมนะครับเดี๋ยวมันจะหายไปยังอยู่นะ
มันยังอยู่
พีซนะครับ
คุณคิมนะครับ
ค่ะ
คุณคิมครับ
ค่ะ
ได้ยินเสียงใช่ไหมครับ
ได้ยินเสียง
เดี๋ยวนะตอนนี้จอขึ้นเป็นตัวไหนอยู่นะครับ
ขึ้นคำว่า you are sharing screen แล้วก็มีรูป Wi-Fi แล้วก็มีรูปmedia
ครึ่งสกรีนนะมันขึ้นมาครึ่งสกรีนนะครับ
พอกลับไปที่ตัวไฟล์ presentation น่ะไอ้หน้าต่างสีดำๆที่มีรูปคนสีเทาอ่ะมันยังบล็อก
มันยังอยู่
ที่ด้านซ้าย
นั่นแหละครับนั่นแหละครับ
อันเนี้ยเราทำให้มันเล็กลงได้ไหม
ฮะเดี๋ยวนะแป๊บหนึ่งมันจะกลับไปหน้าเดิมก่อนแล้วกันแบบผมแชร์กลับไปให้ก่อน
กลับ
นะฮะกลับมาหน้านี้ก่อน
Oh no.
ย้ายไปอยู่อีกมุมหนึ่ง
ไม่อย่างนั้นคำว่าซูมอ่ะหน้าจอซูมให้เป็นแบบ exit อะไรนะ view option เป็นแบบ
เดี๋ยวงั้น
exit
เดี๋ยวอย่างนี้ครับคุณคิมเดี๋ยวขออนุญาตออกสักรอบหนึ่งแล้วเดี๋ยวผมลอง connect เข้าไปใหม่ครับคิม
หมายถึงคุณเลมอ
คุ
อ
ณ
ก
คิ
ห
ม
รือ
ค
ทุ
รั
ก
บ
คนออก
คุณสุชาตินะครับ คุณสุชาติครับ เดี๋ยวผมขออนุญาตเดี๋ยวของคุณเลมจะขอออกนิดนึงแล้วเดี๋ยวกลับเข้ามาใหม่นะครับ
ครับ
ครับผมโอเคครับ
คุณแอนโทนีคุณยานิก and everyone คุณเลม will disconnect for a while and then reconnecting again if this
Okay.
issue
Alright. Okay. Technical issue.
ค่ะอืม
waiting for Kun Lem to reconnect. Have to inform that in the layout in the screen previously, you can see the area of the landscaping existing that we had the survey company made the topography for the lawn behind the spa area. So it's under the preparation for the drawing to be ready, and we will issue this to all related party to use it. Currently, we got only the ground floor and second floor of each building and issue to every designer to use. That's all for information related to the landscape. For your information. Thank you for your patience.
กับเมื่อกี้เดี๋ยวขึ้นไปนะเรียงไม่ได้ได้ฮัลโหล
ได้ยินครับคุณเล
ครั
ม
บเขาก็พยายามฟิกอยู่แต่ผมว่าเดี๋ยวเสียเวลาเอาเปล่าคุยไปก่อนแล้วเดี๋ยวเขาเอา iPad อีกเครื่องหนึ่งกำลังทำอยู่ฮะคุยไปก่อนครับจะได้ไม่เสียเวลากัน
โอเคค่ะ
ครับ
ก็เต็มสกรีนแล้วเหรอครับ เต็มสกรีนนะครับ
ครับ
เดี๋ยว
ผม
จุดดำนั่นเองตัวที่มันเป็นรูปไอ้ซูมนั่นเองที่บังอยู่นิดนึง
ครับ
เชิญครับ
Okay. Our side, we are very big, huge property. We got the long beach frontage and a lot of garden and lake and lagoon. So I think this is one of the very unique and very big property in Phuket. So we try to enhance the strong point and how to make activity make the hotel become unique and become as good as we can. I think this is the property, the beach frontage, and then the lagoon. And because of this area, all the vegetable also got very effects from the ocean directly. So when we grow some plant that with flower, it's very difficult to grow in this area, except in the courtyard area and on the back of the hotel. So this is some limitation of this property. Also, we have a big frontage to the ocean view. Why we still we buy a lot of big tree, so we try to open up this weak point. In terms of design, we try to create the very natural look, and while at the same time we may have some Thai accent in terms of design. This is some of the main concept. So from previous proposal, we also do not want to have the sunset bar in this area. So we change to some other option, and as also discussed with Kun Papin, I think this area also need to have some magnet instead of to draw people from the Ocean Beach Club. The old area to extend into this area, and then after we study the view, this area, the Ocean Beach Club frontage, also blocked by the big tree, cannot see the open view clearly. But this area is totally open. The view from this area can see the big wave from Caron Beach and big ocean. And beautiful sunset in the evening. So it's good opportunity to do the infinity pool in this area, and then the big party lawn in this area in order to accommodate all kind of activity as per hotel operator want. Also, as I mentioned before, it's possible to see the ocean view from the previous lobby lounge area, especially in the sunset time. We also want to emphasize on this because of to make it the clear direction, or the guests can go to the Ocean Beach Club very clearly, and then to enjoy the sunset time for the whole area. Also, in terms of activity, we also talk with Accor to create some outdoor adventure park in this area that's close to the welcome lobby, which is Accor have some detail to operate for the day trip. We also try to leave this area more open, more serene and peaceful by not put any activity in this area. It's still for visual as the first impression when the guests arriving in this area. We also want to create the sense of arrival by conceal this area with softscape and maybe some of the gate open and closed. So every time when the guests arriving to the property, they will drop the car, park the car, and then go by the EV train past the gate, and then go to the resort ambient world. So we will not allow any oil petrol car in this area. We also try to put all the activity close to the welcome lobby, this area, and leave the spa more space and more privacy as much as we can. This is will explained by Yannick later on. So, as I mentioned, this is the main.
We lost the screen, or I lost the screen.
Main exit from the lobby. Luckily, by accidentally, I went to the site last time, and they got a big storm, and then I see this lobby lounge area. We should, instead of put the curtain.
So, sorry to interrupt.
Kun
I've
Lemครับ
lost the screen on my. I don't know if it's just me. No, so everyone. So we've lost the presentation, Kun Lim.
yes
Yeah.
yes
Sorry.
Agreed. Can't see anything.
เร็วดิ
เดี๋ยวผมขอแชร์แทนเครื่องของพี่เลมอีกทีเดี๋ยวของพี่เลมลอง
อะไรนะครับ ผมจะเปลี่ยนไปอีกเครื่องหนึ่งครับก็เคลียร์หน้าจอให้นะ
Okay. 1 second. มาแล้ว Screen Sharing มาแล้วแต่ขอ Full Screen ค่ะ
มีอยู่เดิมไปลงโอเคครับเห็นไหมครับ
เห็นแล้วแต่ขอเป็นเต็มหน้าจอหน่อยหนึ่ง
เปิดเสียง
ขอให้เป็น full screen นะครับ คุณเลม
ค่ะ
ฟูลสกรีนเลยได้ไหมไม่ต่างกันก็ไม่ต่างแล้วตอนแล้วได้ลง โอเคครับได้เต็มที่แค่นี้ก่อนเอ่อ
มันไม่เต็มหน้าจอเลยคุณเลม ข
ยัง
นา
ไม่
ดใน
เต็มเลยใช่ไหม
presentation มันยังขาดเลยอะแล้วไอคอนที่อยู่ข้างล่างมันจะทำให้เรารู้สึกว่ามันรบกวน สิ่งที่เรากำลังนำเสนอ
เดี๋ยวเงินต้องทุกทีมันไม่เป็นนะครับ มันก็เลยไม่ทำได้บอกไม่ได้ก็บอกไม่ได้เลย
ตอนนี้หน้าจอคุณคิมครับ คุณคิมครับ ได้ยินไหมครับ ตอนนี้หน้าจอขึ้นแล้วใช่ไหมครับ
มันขึ้นแล้ว แต่ว่ามันมีไอคอนข้างล่างเต็มไปหมดเลย แล้วก็ตัวหน้าที่เขียนว่า Brand Identity Accord Pullman เนี่ยก็ยังไม่เต็ม คือมันไม่เต็มอ่ะ คราบข้างล่างมันขาดหายไป
ครับครับ
คิมส่งให้คุณเลมดูในไลน์ว่าสิ่งที่คิมเห็นมันเป็นยังไงนะ
ครับเพราะทางเครื่องนี้มันจะขึ้นเต็มนะครับโทษทีครับ
เนี่ย
ดูในไลน์
คุณเลมดูในไลน์ดูสิ มัน เหมือนคิมดูแคปหน้าจอมือถืออะไรสักอย่างอยู่อะ presentation page มันก็ขาดอยู่ข้างล่าง
อ๋อมันเป็นนี้เลย
หน้าจอค้างแน่เลย แสดงว่ามันตอนนี้หน้าจอนั้นกับหน้าจอนี้ไม่ตรงกันครับนะครับ
ไม่ติด
แป๊บนึงนะตอนนี้ผมลองเปลี่ยนหน้าสไลด์ดูครับคุณพิมพ์ครับ
สไลด์ยังไม่เปลี่ยน
อ๋อแสดงว่าหน้าค้าง
ได้ใช้แล็ปท็อป
เดี๋ยวผมขออนุญาตเดี๋ยวผมจะเอาจากแล็ปท็อปเข้าอีกทีนะครับ
เสียเวลาเปล่า ไม่
พอดีตอนนี้หน้าจอทางนู้นเขาค้างเราสไลด์ไปแล้วแต่ทางนู้นไม่เห็นครับ
ลองอีกทีก็ได้ครับ ลองอีกทีคุณจตุรงค์ลองอีกที
อีกแล้วเอาไว้
ครับครับผม
ให้พินเข้าแล็ป
คุณสุชาเรต
ครับ
if you have the presentation, would it be easy for you to show on the screen?
this one
Yeah, do you have the presentation?
no we didn't receive it first
Okay.
I can see the same time you see
คุณเลมครับคุณเลม yesterday you sent me the document it's not so different from what you're going to present right now am I right
There's one slide that should have been changed.
yeah I can share the screen คุณเลมusing the document that you sent me yesterday is it the same document คุณเลม almost right
คุณเลมได้ยินที่คุณแอนโทนีถามป่ะครับ คุณจตุรงค์ได้ยินไหมครับ
ได้ยินครับได้ยินครับได้ยินครับ
I think already full kick count already I think already full kick
คุณแอนโทนีเลยจะเปิดแชร์ไอตัวที่ไฟล์ที่คุณเลมส่งไปให้ก่อนหน้านี้ครับ
อ๋อ
มีอะไรเปลี่ยนแปลงหรือเปล่าครับถ้าไม่มีเดี๋ยวแชร์จากจอคุณแอนโทนีก็ได้ครับ
มีตารางเปลี่ยน
อ๋อตารางเปลี่ยน
this
Okay.
document right คุณเลมthere's not much changes right except the very last page that we asked you to insert this morning. Only that page
Okay.
is missing. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Maybe we just use just tell me. I'll move the page for you.
เดี๋ยวคุณแอนโทนีแชร์ให้ครับ
ได้ครับได้ครับ
โอเค ตอนนี้ stop share ครับ
Sorry, everybody can see the screen?
Yep.
ครับ
All right, okay. Kun Lam, you can go ahead. Just let me know when to flip the page. All right?
Okay,
Oh, it's in PowerPoint.
Oh, but you can't do the annotation. Yeah.
yeah, I cannot lie on the screen.
Yeah. Correct. Sorry. Yeah.
คุณเลม
you can write
ทำได้
by the pencil on the left hand side
มันมีคำว่า
on your screen
annotate คุณเลมสามารถใช้ฟังก์ชัน annotate ของ Zoom ได้ค่ะ เวลาเขียนอ่ะ
เวลาเขียน
ปากกาตรงซ้ายมือครับ ซ้ายมือล่างมันจะมีปากกาให้เขียน ปากกาเขียวๆตรงซ้ายมือครับอ๋อแต่ iPad ไม่เห็นเนาะ
ไม่เห็น
มี iPad ก็มีครับ มีที่เขียน
ขึ้นแล้วใช่ไหมครับ เห็นไหมครับ
ขึ้นครับ เห็นครับ
ครับ
Can you find the annotation?
เดี๋ยวนะครับพี่เลมได้ จะเขียนได้เลยครับตอนนี้ผมติ๊กให้แล้ว
อ๋อ
เขียนได้เลยก็จะเป็นสีแดง
โอเคครับ
เอาเรื่องสไลด์จะบอกเขาต้องบอกให้เขาเรื่องสไลด์
อ๋อเลื่อนสไลด์
Okay.
เลยครับ
Yep, you can draw now. I saw your text. I mean your line
Okay.
on the screen. Yep. Okay. Just let me know. All right. I'll flip the page.
move the slide okay move on
หน้าจอมันจะเลย
มัน
That's where we were.
ก็เป็นเส้นอยู่
move กับ move
แล้วเขาเห็นหน้าผมว่า
จอย
อันนี้มันจะเป็นของคอมแต่ของเราจะเป็นของมือถือ
move ครับ move
แล้วเวลาผมจะพูดอย่าง
move อีกครับ move อีก
น่าจะพูดจะได้ยินเลยครับ
move ครับ move
เปลี่ยนจะลองเทสหรือว่าได้ยินเสียงอะไรเลย
โอเค move อีกครับ โอเค as I mentioned with the if we can turn this area to be a glass house then we don't have to close the curtain which is we can control by opening the window so we can allow some natural ventilation whenever we want and then when they got the strong wind we can close it this area also very got a lot of problem when we got a big storm in this area so by putting the glass sliding window we can control the climate and we can open up the view to the ocean move to next slide ครับ okay
ขอโทษนะครับ
ครับ
ประชุมครั้งนี้มีชาวต่างชาติประชุมไหมครับ
ใช่ครับ ใช่ครับ
มีไหมครับ
มี
ถ้าไม่
เยอะเลย
มี
ครับ มีเยอะเลยครับ
พรีเซนต์เป็นภาษาไทยจะได้ไหมฮะ
ครึ่งหนึ่งเป็นชาวต่างชาติค่ะ
อะไรนะ
ครึ่งหนึ่งเลยครับ
อ๋อครึ่งหนึ่งโอเค
Half of the call.
Okay.
Half of the people on the call are expats.
In terms of renovation, this is you got a very unique property, but whatever we try to achieve is to change the look to respond to the branding. So some area we may not totally change everything. We may only do some highlight I call cosmetic landscaping by adding some artwork and improve all the soft-scape and surrounding by the
And then we seem to be losing your mic. Hello?
เสียงหายครับคุณเลมเสียงหายไปครับ
tree to create the feeling of courtyard and alive area. Next,
You are breaking up, Kun Lem. I think it's on network. Can't hear you.
Hello? Kun Lem, are you speaking? Hello?
I think
หน้า
Kun
จอมีขึ้นเลยครับ
Kun Lem's on mute, right? Is he on mute?
No.
No.
Network. I think his network. Kun Lem ครับ
ครับ
we missed the whole, I think a good 4-5 minutes. We can't hear you at all. So maybe from this page forward, can you start again?
Oh, geez. Maybe we have to reconvene.
You want me to
Maybe
repeat again?
Yeah, this page. From this page,
Okay.
and repeat again.
We try to. Okay. This is the good example of we try to. This is the existing condition. Done. ไม่เวิร์กเลยเขียนไม่ได้ Okay. This is the existing condition. When we do the renovation for rebranding the hotel, we try to create the different mood by do some I call like cosmetic landscape to put all the softscape and change all the main sculpture. We put the main sculpture into the water feature area, and we hiding all the piping, and then in the night time we can lit it up with the lighting that you can look from the main lobby area. Move next ครับ หน้าต่อไป
Next. Next.
Anthony, next slide.
Yes, good morning. Look, I just want to find out Dr. Yadawi's
จริงๆยังเดินมาดีแล้วพี่คอนโทรลได้
well, anytime. But
Robert,
actually,
Robert, can you mute yourself, please?
so I just want to see what availability she has. Even it could be.
Yeah, this is the option that ต้องเขียนทุกครั้งเลย
Yes, my daughter has some.
Robert, please mute yourself.
Yes, it will be Emily Jane. Yes, Emily Jane. Kristani. Yes. Yes. Yes.
คนไหน Okay,
It's Kristani. Yes. CREST.
this is one of the alternative of the sculpture work that we going to use something like kind like a big sculpture that we can lit it up in the night time and you can look from the lobby area. Next up, next.
First, 2005.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
This is the view that I mentioned. You can see the sunset, the skyline from the lobby lounge area.
Okay.
Which is we may have some view from the opening under the building. So we try to make this garden become more plants and then change some look of the creeper from the lobby area. And then, as I mentioned before, this opening we can put the glass window. At least we can open up all the awning and then we can see the garden, and even during the sunset time we still can see the sunset from the lobby lounge area. Next up. Yeah.
Kunlem, do you want questions as you go through, or do we keep them for the end?
I think keep for the end better.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, fair enough.
up to you.
Okay.
So sorry for inconvenience today. Normally I can control it more faster. Next. Okay. So this is, as I mentioned, the glass lobby lounge that we can further study, put some maybe not folding window, but we get a better solution. We send to our laptop, maybe better. Okay. ไม่เขียนได้ไหมหรือต้องใช้นี่
Kunlem Cup, you can keep going. This is using mine. You can keep going until you fix your laptop.
ได้เลยครับ ได้ยินไหมครับ
ได้ยินครับ
เสียงไม่คุย
ค่ะ
เสียง เสียง
คิมได้ยินจากเครื่องคุณเลมอ่ะ
อ๋อได้ยินไหมครับ
ได้ยิน
อ๋อโอเค
คุณเลมจะเลื่อนไปที่หน้านั้นก่อนก็ได้ครับ
โอ
เรา
เค
ได้บอก
ครับ
คุณ
อัน
แอ
นี้
นโทนีสวิช
ต่อจนพรีเซนต์ต่อจนคอมโอเคแล้วอะค่ะแล้วค่อยสวอปกลับไปที่ตัว PC แต่ว่าใช้ออดิโอจากเครื่องคุณเลมได้ไม่มีปัญหา ค่ะต่อเลยค่ะ
โอเคโอเคโอเคแล้วครับ
Yep,
อัน
keep
นี้ก็
going,
คือ
Kunlem.
คือ we try to
คุณแอนโทนี now you can stop that share
okay so now we try to create the new background landscape and then the focal point will be all the artwork that we try incorporate some Thai accent and some natural accent into the sculpture area and we can lead it up
sorry
with
คุณเลม sorry คุณเลม I thinkคุณแอนโทนี still share his screen
Oh,
as
okay, okay.
well
I will stop sharing. Okay,
please
อ๋อครับ
thank you
okay, all right. Please, Kunlem.
Okay. This courtyard area next to the lobby lounge, I try to make it more like a cultural courtyard because of we have the Chinese pavilion in this area, and then we try to add some artwork to aiming to the ocean axis. Yeah. This is the existing Chinese pavilion. We haven't been not Thai introduced to touch anything with this pavilion, but we add the stage, a little stage to the side of the pavilion, and then we may add the sitting area that I call this courtyard as a cultural courtyard that we can do some Thai musical dancing or whatever, a small group of show in this area, and then we can put more plant to make the new look of the courtyards. Once we open up the lobby area, lobby lounge area to be a guest house, everything can be visible from the lobby area as well. And then the area that's next to that we propose the new infinity edge pool is also open the panoramic view to the ocean. No, this is the option that we can, if everybody want to make it more interesting, we can have a cantilever pool, and below the pool we can use the glass floor and the glass wall. So this is the inspiration we try to make it not too complicated by putting Thai handicraft and Thai natural seed into the artwork. ทำไมมันรูปกัน We also facing that the front row of the existing Ocean Beach Club only sitting that nobody want to sit, so we try to turn that first row to become like a love day bed, a seat, a private day bed that everybody can occupy and then look, got more privacy, but at the same time they can see the ocean view. This is some of the alternative. This is the private seat area that I call the first row that all the guests can use and book and to see the ocean directly. Maybe some of them will be in the day bed pavilion with the roof, or can be under the pavilion. This is the new proposed infinity cantilever pool that 25-meter lap pool At the same time, we tuck in the pool bar at the end, and the pool bar also open up to the main access from to the beach. This is the main access from the lobby lounge that I call the Sunset Boulevard. This is existing stair. We propose to have the new additional lamp, so all the handicapped people or the service can utilize the lamp directly, go to the Caron Beach, the public beach directly. This is our infinity edge of the pool, three side. So the corner portion, it can be treated as like the cantilever pool, that it will be this area or the pool sitting area that got directly a beautiful sea view from the pool deck area. And then also we provide the private gazebo with the day bed on the back row. And then we also provide the activity lawn that you can utilize the lawn and even combine with the pool deck area. This is I call like the gate, decorative gate that to keep the access from the previous Ocean Beach Club restaurant directly from to the pool to the fountain area, feature area, and then directly to the decorative gateway. And then from the gateway, we can convert into to be like a state. Whenever you have activity in this area that can overflow to the pool deck, or can turn this side to be the state, and then you can utilize the sunken sand pitch to be the party or the private beach area, and even do some sport activity, beach volleyball, whatever. This is existing the Spirit House. We also can increase more step lawn in this area, just for foreigner to do this outdoor part. At the same time, all the Asian guests can sit below under the building. Also, we facing that the existing walkway bridge connect to the Ocean Beach Club, approaching to the back of the house corner area. So we propose to have additional bridge connect to this area. This is a huge big tree. So normally people can get a better approach walking connect to this area, but we still want to keep the existing bridge, but we put the coverway on top just in case of raining. But how to connect to the Tai Gong? We think we don't need a bridge connection on the second floor. We may allow guests walking down, and then we provide some proper walkway and coverway, except the road area. In this area, no roof, and then they can go access to the Tai Gong on the back. This is try to make this parking for the public area for the customer who going to use the Tai Gong, and then keep the Tai Gong become like not part of the hotel, but look like a local or freestanding outlet restaurant. This is the cross-section study from the main I call Sunset Boulevard. So this is from the courtyard, the lobby lounge area. You can see through. Then we emphasize the main axis by some Thai artwork accent, which will lit up in the nighttime. And then this is the square with the 4 big trees, and then fountain in the middle. And then this is the existing step down to the Kalon Beach. So you can see the new swimming pool Infinity Edge also open the corner here. More welcome or the guests will walk to from the Kalon Beach to the property. And then we have the pool bar tucked in or at the corner in this area. At the section, we can see the view also look over the existing the beachfront road, and then can see directly to the ocean. This is another cross section that, as I mentioned, the step lawn in this area from the building A, we may have some step lawn, and then the existing canal. This is the bridge that on the Sunset Boulevard, and then we have decorative lighting artwork lining up to emphasize the main axis to the sea. And then this is the square that with the fountain in the middle. You can see the pool with the infinity edge, and we try to lower down the existing tree along the boundary, so more open up the view to the ocean. This is another cross section cut into the existing pool, the kiddie pool area. The existing bridge, we propose to have the cover roof, at least when they got a strong sun to protect the lane, maybe cannot because of the lane come horizontally. This is also the extension of the indoor Ocean Beach Club restaurant. We open up with the semi-outdoor seating area. So this is the look overall. Only one direct access for security from the Kalon Beach directly to the Ocean Beach Club restaurant. This is the new infinity pool, the function lawn, the sunken sand pitch, the outdoor public bath area, and then the new finishing pool deck, and then the extension of the restaurant both sides to increase the capacity for seating. This is the Tai Kong. We try to have security door in here that you can control. So it seems like this belong to public. You can see the front row seat in pavilion or freestanding. Another view. Also, we propose to have some pylon for Tai Kong, and then some pylon in here for the access from the public street to the Ocean Beach Club area. This front elevation, we try to lower down the existing tree along the property, at least 2.5 meter high, at least for security, but from the Ocean Beach Club level, we still can look over. This is like the square with the 4 big trees, and then the Ocean Beach Club restaurant, and then the Tai Kong. Street level. So this is the Ocean Beach Club and Tai Kong. Somehow this is the new pylon, and then another pylon here. This is the ramp. That's the way for handicap and for service. And then existing stair. This is the pool bar that we open up the corner, some stool sitting underwater. And then the pool bar by itself can serve the guests from outside will walk the step. And then this, we have the dry area counter. And then this is the square that we put the four big tree. And then this is from the main lobby, and the fountain in the middle, water feature in the middle with Thai accent artwork. This is the function lawn that we can utilize. We also got the option that we can put the stainless steel column, put the canvas on top, just in case want to have some shade. This is the view from the lobby lounge on the ocean axis. And then this is the square. This is will be the artwork that we can lit it up with the lighting in the nighttime. And the C under from the building A. Actually, we have the lap pool 20 meter. 25 is almost here, but we open up the corner that we can looking at the ocean. And then this is the dry area for the pool bar for the guests who not wear the swimming suit. And then this is the pool bar in next to the water. Another angle. This is another side from the sand, existing sand area. We can convert into the state, or we can utilize for both sides. And then this is the pool that we can make it cantilever. It's totally people can see from the state front, the beach front road, that become the new look of the property. We still maintain the service walkway. This is the option that we can put the canvas just in case it's temporarily. Yeah, this is the canvas that we can just in case. And then it's all connected to the existing Ocean Beach Club restaurant. The existing kid pool, we try to add some water feature at the corner area and put the grass. This is as recommended by Accor for safety to separate the kid pool and the adult pool. And Accor also advised to utilize the artificial timber wood floor in this area. We will investigate and do some sample before we make any decision. This is the pavilion that the front row the guests can utilize all day long to look at the ocean. This is the view from the Ocean Beach Club restaurant. This is the kid pool. We also provide two small slider to both sides of the kid pool. And then this is the water feature, the water spout both sides. And then this is the glass ball that to separate the kid pool. So you can see the decorative gateway and then the fountain square, everything line up on the axis. Okay, this is the water feature that I mentioned, because We try not to touch anything about this area because it's an old swimming pool. We try to keep the existing pool, but generally the look of the pool terrace, and then adding the outdoor seating both sides of the restaurant, and then put the roof on top of the bridge, and then do another extension bridge. That a nicer approach to this area, and then connect the roof to the Tai Kong, just in case the guests can walk down, and then we have the security door to protect from outside. This is the square, and then the stair, existing stair, and then the lamp, the pool bar. The new look of the Ocean Beach Club restaurant. This is used to be the pool tower. Oh, this is as I mentioned, the first row that day bed seating can look to the ocean. And open up the opening, so visually the Ocean Beach Club can connect to the Tai Kong. This is from the Cobbleway can going down with the roof, and then can access Tai Kong on the back security gate. This is the look of Tai Kong with the pavilion. This is the new infinity pool with the ocean. In fact, not so many trees here, and then the pool bar next to it. It's very powerful wave in Caron Beach, so this could be a very dramatic area that people, the guests will use to have a sunbath in this area. We have the lawn, and then the deck. It could be delete the bush here, make it connect. And then for guests who want to do the lap pool, they can do this back and forth. We separate the seating area behind this the panther wall, and then this is the dry area for the counter when the guests from the Caron Beach or outside guests want to have some drink, come here. We try to use Thai accent by use some of the inspiration from the Thai flower, a common one, not make it too complicated. Also, we try to make the new look, just improving existing hotel signage and the entrance statement. Also, we'll design the new guardhouse and gate here, at least to give the guest experience that when they drop the car, they can use EV tram go inside the property. Also, we put some topiary wall that to block the view, to make it a little bit more exciting to go inside the property. And this will be all the outdoor adventure park area that we can open to the public, outside people, or for the day trip. This is the existing signage, both sides. We find the location of the pylon should be in the middle, because we have existing electrical pole both sides, maybe in the middle, and at the turning radius it will be visible very clearly. We keep existing guardhouse, but we add more entrance gate statement. This is in and out, do some decoration to lit up in the nighttime. And then the rest are the existing. We just do some kind like some area we do like a cosmetic, not do too many, but just add something, make a new look, create a new look for the property. This is another side on the way out. The welcome pavilion by itself, we will improve all the softscape and maybe do some artwork. I think this one may be too big. And then we try to make a new guardhouse and gate, at least for guest experience to go by EV car in and out. And then after past it, we can make it more interesting by put some bush and small tree both sides of the road, at least for some maybe 20 meters. After that, we will open the view to the lake. This is the existing road that we're going to use the EV car, EV shuttle bus. Perhaps we can provide some area of the road. Existing road is quite big. Even when we convert to use EV car, we can provide some area for the bike lane, and then we still have the pedestrian jogging then along the lake. And this is some image that we can screen up the welcome pavilion from the adventure park area. Even we can add more water feature, south water. Okay, this is the look. We can utilize the existing tennis court, and some of them we can do a pickleball, the small tennis court that now quite famous. And we could also provide some parking that we can have a food truck just in case Accor want to operate the day trip. And then we try to keep all activity close to this area and leave this more like empty at some privacy to the spa, which is somehow will convert into the pool pavilion. Do some zip line across the lake, and then convert some jetty area, make the bridge with the railing and safety that we can utilize the boat, and then do some connection to the island and artificial beach. For sure, we have to make sure that the quality of the water in the lagoon has to be treated until it's healthy and clean. Yeah, this is the food truck area. Some area that we can do the camping and some activity for the mice business. Do some zip line and some outdoor activity that I think Yannick will explain furthermore. And to make sure that in the lagoon that the water should be healthy and clean enough, then we can have or the BWIC inside the water, just option alternative for a group activity, the pickleball, maybe some part of the tennis court can convert into the basketball, mini basketball as well, and some mini golf. For at the building B courtyard, we try to make this courtyard become like a small water park by adding something, not the real water park, but we have existing slider already, but some area is too quiet, so we may add some water feature, water element a little bit to make it more interesting and more for the family oriented. Especially this corner near the Kid Cup is quite very quiet, and it should be more active because close to the Kid Cup area. And then in the existing lake that we, as a gimmick, probably we can have some breakfast on the boat or whatever, or even to see some activity or even see the movie on the boat. And not the spa. We try to make the island to be accessed so we can do some picnic sitting area or do some activity across each island. And then, as I mentioned, we try to use the Thai flower become element of the sculpture, but try to make each sculpture more contemporary look. Also, in building GF, this area we try to not do much, but we can do some vivid in the pool area near the lagoon, make it more new look. I think that's all. And any comment?
Discuss everybody.
You want to go?
I mean, if we want to go to the activities section, Kunlam, I think the table wasn't included that was sent, right, to say which segment impacts which.
Which one?
I sent a
yes.
table this morning.
Kunlen, you know, this morning we sent you to add onto the slide. If I can show.
Table.
The ตารางที่พิมพ์ส่งให้ทางอีเมลค่ะ ที่ให้แทรกหลัง master plan.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's the beginning part that while Kun Anthony Kun Anthony share the screen and then we missed that one. If you go back to
It wasn't there.
ไหม คุณเลม
No, it wasn't. No.
No matter. I could share it later. I think, first of all, just if I could say a few words, and then I do have questions.
Yeah, this one.
There it is.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Yeah. So first of all, I want to thank Kunlem because obviously a lot of work and thought's gone into this. I think it's a massive overview of what the landscaping can look like, and somewhat of an integral translation of the brief or the presentation that we had pitched from a point of experiences. Probably a little bit much there, and we probably need to select the most important ones or the priority ones based on a few factors that will create the stickiness, right? So to keep the guest in-house and convert more dollars per guest in the resort. And that's a discussion, again, that we had with Blue Salt yesterday from an F&B perspective. That will create more MICE conversion. So what are some of the activities and experiences that will be suitable for multiple segments, but especially for MICE in terms of additional incentives? As well, again, anchor ourselves in that family market, which, again, the family market spends more dollars per person in the resort. They tend to stay in the resort if there's activities, if there's areas, if they're fulfilled. And then again, what was important is limited impact of permanent structures in the garden, so that in the future, should the owners wish to redevelop those gardens or that land differently, that will be easy to do and removes the needs for permits. Okay. So again, it was about creating the experiences for multiple segments, also areas that are good for influencers in order to help with the marketing, the positioning, and so forth. So I just highlighted a few of the activities that Lem put in his presentation, and I thought it was important just for everyone to kind of have a view on this, is to say, okay, for example, the high rope course is not only for families, right? This is easy to use for incentives. Active couples can have fun doing it. And it's also an activity that's interesting enough that we could eventually create a day pass and sell a day pass for guests from other resorts to come enjoy some activities, some food, and so forth. And we saw during COVID, with people staying 14 days with Sandbox, that day passes became very popular. And we have many of our hotels that made significant revenues with day passes and without the breadth of activity that we're proposing. So this could actually become a new revenue stream. And by concentrating those activities at the end of the lawn near the entrance gate, we feel that we could easily create a contained area accessible through the guests, but all through day pass, especially in high season, to generate extra revenues and return on investments on the installations. Again, I'll look forward to owner's point of view in terms of the activities and so forth, and probably we'll need to select some based on budget investments. Okay, I had discussed with Lem, and I'll look forward to Khun Prapin's feedback on that potentially the lagoon might not be suited for water works for two reasons: A, the cleanliness of the water and what the cost of treating the water, and two, because if we want to convert those or keep them at the bungalows as spa, or potentially convert them as pool villa bungalows, that we wouldn't want to have the view obstructed, right? That's the only one there. And then potentially, yeah, and then I could go into comments and questions of the rest of the presentation, but happy to hear from everyone first.
Thank you, Khun Nick. Everybody is welcome to share your idea.
Hi, this is Shane. Are we able to go back to maybe just the plan for a second of the front, the beach? Yeah. After being on site and obviously looking at the different mix of the different markets that the hotel has to cater for each year, where we're currently looking at putting the sand pit, and I understand the activity part, but it would be really good to make sure that area there is actually more multi-use, so that you could actually put a dinner there, a MICE event dinner on that space. I feel the sand pit in that location is limiting us a little bit with regards to the ability to use that as a really great event lawn. Because that area there has also great view of, if it was flattened out a little bit, has great view of the beach. And I think that would probably deliver higher returns, commercial returns, if we're able to utilize that. That's just one key point there on the front I have. And then I think the other elements there with the bar, the additional bar, and maybe potentially the size of the new pool, infinity pool. I think as we move forward, maybe there's a little bit of push and pull, and spend management, I guess. I don't want to use the word value engineering, but I think spend management as to, what's the best, what are we going to get our best bang for our buck, I guess, and also what underpins the actual concept of the space. But I love the presentation. There's some fantastic elements in there. I think it's great.
Just to leap on Shane's Kate, agree, and I think just that cost per square meter of concrete for stairs and structures, etc., is potentially a budget risk I love to see the infinity pool. I love that as a feature, but I just sort of question if we can manage the labour and without adding additional labour costs, how we can synergize a double-sided bar that bodes itself to the main pool area as well as the infinity pool. So just keeping that in mind, because I think it is an area of challenge for us at industry sector level as well as AJ's level. But that's just my thoughts.
คุณคิม can give your suggestion?
Hi, comments anymore?
Yeah, just from my perspective, I'll go ahead, Kim.
Okay,ค่ะ. I think there's two there's couple of issue that still unclear. First of all, the word of pool villas. I think there's something around here that I'm not so sure that in this presentation, in this slide, there's no pool villa, but I think this another master plan, right? I saw something that you could indicate this area as the pool villa or something. So I would like to be how to say, need the clarification. What is the pool villa? Is that the pool villa for guests, which we can sell like private pool? If it's do so, then this location might not be appropriate because it's right in the middle of the activities and the guests need more privacy, more prime, like easy access to the beach, something that is more prime location. So if that
At the moment, Kim, that's the spa. And from what I understand, and I'll ask Kun Prapin to clarify, it remains a spa during phase 1. But potentially there was an idea from Kun Prapin or the ownership to potentially look at that space, because they're all the spa treatment rooms are individual bungalows. Should that be converted into a revenue generating room type, or do we maintain it as a spa? There was and that's 3 questions, right? Because there were discussions of the fitness. Does it remain in the current area or does it move? The spa, does it remain in the current area or does it move? So that was the question.
Okay, so then that is the something that we will discuss further to the later stage. Another issue for me is the entrance portion. Kun Lem, if you go to the slide that you show this perspective or rendering, there's a style. Should do in red, it's more visible. I'm not so sure. Okay, please stop here and do. Okay, I think I found that it's too many things happening at the entrance. We already have 2 signage. We have the big one here, and then when people get out, drive out to this one, and this one will block the traffic. So the car from here, I don't know whether the location is appropriate. Yeah, so please review this. But I like the idea that we have something that is attractive. If it's like obstacle the traffic vision or something, then Kun Lem should help me to study further on this one and go to the next slide when we have another entrance, which is more privacy. The inside ค่ะ this one. Okay. I think this is nice because it's make the outside guests when they do the day pass, or the people that they the guests who going to check in feel that beyond this beyond this boundary become a part of the in-house case, but need to know how this fencing is working. It will be open during the day and after some hour will close. And what is the system of this fencing? Is auto or yeah? So this one to
Auto.
ask further and just question about this fencing, how it's working, and what will be the practical solution for operation to operate this secondary entrance?
ครับ
Okay ค่ะ I think that is all for me right now.
Just some additional comments or questions from my side, if I may. Love the idea of the glass house for the lobby. Just a question in terms of current MEPs, in terms of airflow cooling while the glass is closed during rainy time and condensation, because sometimes it's a good idea, but it gets so condensated that you can't see anything out of it. And if we don't have the right airflow, a glass house is incredibly hot. So just a few notes to look into detail there.
Yeah, actually, it's not totally closed. It's block only the direction of the wind. No. Okay. Actually, this still we open natural ventilation. Maybe in terms of decoration, they can have the fan, whatever it is. But the window by itself can be open and closed easily, so we can control the natural ventilation by ourselves. But the direction of the storm, the rain come from the south. Right now, it's totally flooding everywhere when the raining, the storm.
Yep. Sorry.
Go ahead.
There will be no glass roof, like, because I believe the whole sitting area is already a roof. So you are just providing the glass wall. There's no glass roof, right?
The glass roof already exists.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Kun Lam, KJ.
Yes.
You're right. The rain does bring in water into the seating area. This is a good idea. Whilst we don't need air conditioning, some sort of airflow should be there, because even when I bring the curtains down now, it feels a bit humid. So it doesn't need to be cooled. We just need to look at some fans which are more decorative, that just gets the air circulated. That's all.
Okay.
In this area, if you put a glass right now, seems okay, because it's a canvas sort of material, has gaps in between. The air sort of pushes in. If we close it off, that area might become a bit, even from a noise levels, that it might bounce back, and also the airflow might be slightly constrained there. If we have some sort of fan decorative that sort of pushes or gets the wind in, then that should be absolutely fine. Easy fix, yeah.
Okay. In terms of the volleyball area, I agree with Shane. Having an area that's a little bit easier to use operationally. It's very hard to move around tables and chairs and in sand, and also for guests if they're at a cocktail party or whatnot, not necessarily comfortable, and not everybody wants a barefoot experience. So I tend to agree that the volleyball court can easily move to the activities area. But if we could stage that area or keep that area in a way that we could stage more easily, would be a benefit for MICE and other events.
Right. Just to add on, Yannick, also it's going to be high maintenance for your infinity pool next to the sand pit. The sand will be out in the pool. It's high maintenance for the engineering. And then again, if you're looking at sub pool as well, I saw there's a lot of proposed of pool, which I felt we are missing, like at least a sub pool.
Okay. Just in terms of the main entrance by the pool, I think it's great that we open it up, and we definitely need signage to talk about our different outlets and so forth. Just from a access point of view, you did mention security, but I didn't see that. Is there any area that's available for security? Not this one, the main access by the pool, street side.
Street side. Okay.
Yeah, just before. Yeah.
Right. So, because by opening it up as well, we just want to make sure that there is some kind of level of security to monitor. Is there anything that's integrated where somebody can be comfortable or just keeping an eye?
Well, obviously, you're gonna have CCTV there, right? Right, and if that's a pinch point with regard to a security risk, then the CCTV and the security should be maybe one of the focal points. Because on monitors and things like this, you do get some rotation of shift with regard to the CCTV across the site, and this one would be permanent. So, and it would be deemed, as a focal point relative to the security in terms of the monitoring, Yannick. Because you couldn't certainly have that manned.
Okay. As long as it's looked at, right? Because again, access in and out of the resort, we just want to,
Yeah, no, it's a good point. And actually, Anthony, this is the one that, together with AJ, we need to really hone in on this with regard to the risk factor.
Because there are pools access. Somebody comes in at 2 a.m, jumps in the pool, drowning, whatnot. You just want to be. It needs to be looked at. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point.
Then the canvas idea on the activity lawn is nice. I'll defer to AJ here, but it seems more of a sun blockage, so more of a shading. Whereas I think most of the activities that would take place there would be probably 4 p.m. onwards when it's more comfortable. But it wouldn't protect versus the rain. So just wondering there, because when we do large events outside, we always have to have the second option inside for that. But it's just, I don't know, AJ, if you have any feedback on that or not.
Look, I just a couple of questions on that Khun Lam.
Yes.
The first question is from operations and point of view, the space that you've given us where the shade area is, what is the capacity if I have to do a dinner or a stand-up cocktail? How many people can we get in there? Have we extended that going down, or is it sort of flattened out and then the current sandpit is moved out? Is that the thought process? If you go back here, this will do. Yeah. The current sand is now closed out, right? We've taken out the sandpit and we've extended that as a hard and a soft scape, right?
Yes, the lawn by itself almost 200 square meter plus the deck.
Is the deck going down or is it flat?
The lawn is flat, but the deck can be the same level or coming down one step.
Yeah. So if we add both the space, if we can add both the space, how many people do you think we can do? Can we get 300, 400, 500? That'll be the first question. And the second is the sail that you've shown the canvas. I think it's more of a canvas material. More than the day events, we do mostly evening events there. We don't do too many lunches because it's hot and probably not an ideal space to sit down or do any activity there. From an event, it's most of the time it's evening. And we struggle sometimes is when it rains, that we have to bring them into the ballroom back. Ideally, if we could make them stay there with the outdoor, would be great. If there is an opportunity to do a stackable glass roof or some sort of a semi-openable and closable retractor on the top, that would be of a huge help during the rain. That was the only comment. If we don't want to do it, then that's okay, because then we can look at bringing them back into the building A, and then we do some in what we do currently. That status quo. But if you're going to use this space as a meeting, and if you want to make this venue for both leisure and then MICE, then I would be great if that can be stackable glass roof that can be pushed into one side, and then that can be pulled back.
Given the size of the space, that'll be costly. So maybe a good to
For
have.
sure, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
It might be expensive, so that's why I said maybe we can leave it as status quo, then leave into probably smaller area.
Yeah. Okay. And just from a security concern, I think the boat and the movie on the lagoon it's romantic and it's Instagrammable, and potentially we could do a couple of gimmick shots for Instagrammers, but it's not very practical operationally from a safety point of view. So
yeah, for sure.
Again, if we need to look at something that we would cut, because that would require quite a bit of manning and security, that's potentially an easy one. It's a nice to have, not a must at all.
I have a few more. Khun Lam.
Yes.
The hedging that you've shown as back to green, if we can look at doing some nice flowering plants, that'll be great. There are plants, of course, you're better than me, that can grow sun, no sun, semi-shade, which does flower. That'll be great. Then Andaman, we spoke about the open theater. Is a brilliant idea where we can get people to congregate, see the show. My only, I might lose opportunity of people staying back to buy a drink, or because they might come to see the show. To go back to that Chinese.
Yeah. Look, I've been trying to tell you, everyone, you need to contact Khun Supak, please. Khun Supak. Yes.
Open theater, Thai dance.
No, you have to try to contact her, because she's the one that knows. You have to tell her what
lobby.
It's not so much the design. The design is fine. My only comment is, if people come to see the show and they go back to doing whatever, I might lose opportunity of selling and have them to buy a drink or something. So that's the only point that I wanted to make about that open theater. Instead, can we look at doing a small mini theater in-house that's not so much landscaping, where there is an opportunity for us to probably, 10-seater or 20-seater, where we can sell things, we can get them to buy F&B. Yeah, Thai, I think it's next slide.
Okay.
The sunken bar is good for us, which can serve the pool. My only question would be, can we utilize the same bar if you go back to the sunken side? Or sorry, now on the music dance. So this open theater is good, but they will watch the show and they'll go back. Here.
Actually, the guests can sit on the lobby lounge and look to this as well.
Yeah. Then probably we don't need to redo the open theater. Just something to think about.
What was the thinking, AJ? What were you thinking?
My thinking, Robert, is that it's a great idea to do a show in the evening, that people come and see the dance and beautiful, they clap, they love it, and they go out from the place. I don't have an opportunity to sell or offer a drink or be some sort of revenue generation while they're sitting and watching. The point is, what is it, just to show them the dance, or is it?
Yeah, AJ, I think it's more like a welcoming dance show. It's not meant to have serving drinks and stuff like that.
Yeah, so then that's, we have to be, yeah. So that was one. And if you can go back to the sunken bar, please, where the OBC.
So I think the outdoor theater was more of a landscaping proposal than a brand or operations requirement, right?
Yeah. That was my point. This bar is great for us because it is used for the pool. If it's possible for you to look at how it can be serviced to the events at the back of it, if that can be multi-used, so then then we don't have to set up another big bar or a big thing whenever there's an event. So if that can be serviced from the back towards the garden side.
Yeah, it is it's two-sided, AJ.
Yeah. Sometimes if it's too sunken, then we might not be able to serve the drink. So it might mean that might be a step up from the back of it. If it's too sunken, then we may not be able to use it. That's my.
You're talking about service delivery, are you? So
Yeah.
In terms of pickup, yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Then Khun Lam, the
Yes.
idea of you showing us the ocean from the main entrance of the lobby when coming up through the concierge desk overlooking into the ocean. I could be wrong here, but these structures that is being placed along the Sunset Boulevard, will that be a hindrance to the view? I don't know the circulation.
No, it just
From here.
frame the view. Just frame the view, and then
Yeah.
in the night we can lit it up. In the night you cannot see anything. We just
At
lit
night
it
you
up.
can't see
The
the ocean
lighting.
anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, is emphasize the view.
Okay. That's all from me.
Okay, for me.
Thank you, Khun Lam. It's really nice.
Khun Lam
Thank you.
OBC หน่อยนะคะ
ครับ
OBC ครับ
อันไหนครับ
โอ้สระหน้าลีด
OBC
สระนะ
สระหน้า Infinity
Do we have anyone from P49 on this call?
No.
Why is that? Why was not P49 invited?
อีกรูป
Oh,
มีซังเกิลบาร์ด้วยเหรอค่ะ
This is a question why P49 should be on this call. I noticed that I was trying to look to see if anyone from P49 were on this call because it's part and parcel. We need to have P49 on this call.
อีกรูปหนึ่งอะค่ะคุณ
we had sent the link invite to the people with the F&B from Khun Chen who work with the P49. But P49 themselves, they take a look in the interior
รูปหนึ่ง
part of the project. So we didn't email this to him.
I see.
May I express my thought? Okay, I think to do for this project to do the Infinity Edge swimming pool, actually it complete the area. It complete the area because nowadays you have only one circle around swimming pool, but the Infinity Edge it's like more make it the land more open to the sea. In my view, but what I reluctant is the investment of cost of investment, one thing. And if we have Infinity Edge, it will help to attract guests from the guest room for everywhere to go down and use hours instead of staying in the guest room. Spend time outdoor and make swimming pool more life, and we can generate more revenue. And in terms of for the meeting of MICE market, right? Actually, all the area of the activity lounge, we can remove all the furniture, right? And make it a MICE events function, right? And for sunken bar, actually the sunken bar is the good location because nowadays it's like we have one pitch and we operate only half of it during the high season because every guest want to sitting near the pool bar, and we have to accept that our team also want to serve in the pool bar in the what you call swim at the bar area, right? So if we provide another one, but the construction I'm not sure about the construction, but the roof this might help for make hotel lively and completely. But in terms of operation, I don't know. In terms of investment, it costs a lot. But for the long run, I think this will help to complete and at night for the MICE market. Not bad now, because at night it's not just dark. At least you have some lighting in the swimming pool to create mood and tone.
Yep.
This is my point. And
point.
it put a lot of value for this piece of land. Okay, that's it. If we have enough money, I will support.
I think we are all in agreement of this infinity pool.
Yeah, it's a stunning location, and
it's great.
Yeah.
And we don't have a pool bar at the moment, so this will really help. My only point, if you can, yeah.
Because at night time it's dark, it's just dark and empty, no life at all.
Correct.
At least we have some lighting. People will go sit outside smoking, drinking a little bit, right?
Yeah.
With the music.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
probably
I
that
think
can be a good idea to
Otherwise,
add the.
only have one Thai restaurant, which is not enough to attract people, right?
Sure. Sure.
That's it.
Yeah, you're right. Look, I did have one question back to Kun Lem with regard to the connection to the Tai Kong, say restaurant or the executive lounge. So when they're coming across, there was shown overhead protection. Can we have a look at that? Just a quick look at that, please, Kun Lem.
Pardon?
For the overhead protection coming off the beach lounge restaurant area, connecting over to the executive lounge or to the Tai Kong arrangement.
Robert, may I interrupt a little bit?
Yep.
Okay. For the infinity pool, this one I think Kun Lam will put some feature like a jacuzzi bubble to make activity. So any guests who want to drink at the bar, so the function is different from the round swimming pool.
Yes.
And some sort of beautiful lighting.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
Robert, you mean this?
Yeah, that's correct. Yes. Can we have a just quick look at that because of the level differences with regard to stairs, and the connection? Because I saw something with regard to overhead protection. Okay.
Because
yeah.
because last time they got some plan to do the bridge. The bridge will connect into the second floor. And because of this service road, maybe have some big truck in and out. So we think maybe not. Mainly we open to the. Partially we open to the public as well. So maybe our guests can do a proper combo walkway and do the proper finishing and let them go into the ground level.
Yes. Yes, that makes sense. That makes sense. So they're partially protected to the point where they just have to cross the road.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the cover loop until here and here. Maybe they can, between the road, they can use the umbrella.
Yeah. Yep.
What's the machine for the cover?
Can you go back to the layout of the OBC and Tai Kong?
There we are. Look at that. Yeah.
Yeah. Can walk now with the roof.
Yep.
And then this security door we still open and close. And then we do the proper walkway and connect to Tai Kong.
Okay.
May I suggest that the cover like folding or what's it called, retractable cover walkway is possible for use during the day. That the temporary structure that we allow over the service walkway. Otherwise, if you have to walk under or over, fly over like the bridge, it's supposed to be higher to maintain the height by law for the fire trucks to underpass.
I think the solution of what we have here, just with regard to some a fixed element with regard to some form of protection, is sufficient enough. And then in wet weather conditions, we just you'll have to look at it with regard to the manning or the staff associated with the lounge area or the restaurant area there that we're going to combine. Yannick, you got a thought on that? AJ?
Typically what we do is at these points, wherever there is an open area, we keep enough umbrellas on both the points where they pick up one side and drop the other side and they move, or we put a man in, depending on the season and capacity.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
I like the gate, but my only point is the other side of the gate, the guests, when they're walking by, they see the receiving area from the road. So we may have to look at some sort of planters that are movable so that we can keep it on the road. They don't see the receiving area.
Yeah, but Lem's going to fix that up in relation to a landscape screening. So I've already discussed that. That walkway that's actually coming from wing building A.
Yeah.
Walkway building A. There's some sightly aspect that you can actually see on that walkway, and so Lem will actually create screening with regard to that and the return Lem from the first link. All that area there will be screened with regard to the viewpoint from the guest, and the same thing from the exit aspect of them crossing back up into this link, the walk through there, looking back in to the receiving and the like. Will also be screened.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep. Good point. Thank you.
Yeah. Just one point. I know that Kun Lem, we talked about not touching the round pool, which is fine. The only thing that pool requires is additional lighting, right? Because it is very dark. I think that's what Kun Prapan had mentioned. It's very dark around that pool.
I think the whole lighting is to be looked at, Kun Yannick, because it's all floodlights now. The whole lighting mood has changed.
Yeah.
And the music.
He's already got that done, guys. That's exactly what he's doing there. There's also some water features. There's also some water feature aspect here to make it, the sound of the water, sound of water throughout the day is sort of like a creative thing in terms of guest experience. So Lem has looked at this in relation to the lighting attribute and also for water fountain and things like this. He's already got this implemented. So Lem, maybe you can just readdress that, please, because I don't think you really zoned in on that in terms of the presentation today.
Okay.
It's fine, Robert. I mean, I think it was presented, the water features and the two spouts coming out and the extra sliders for the kids. All that was presented. It was making sure that main round pool. Right now, there's 2 floodlights in it. It's not enough to make a statement at night or to ensure safety.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can I say something? Hello?
Yep, Maitri, go ahead.
Yeah. Regarding the Tai Kong, because we don't have the solution yet. And I'm thinking about moving the one restaurant, which is adjacent to a Thai restaurant, to the existing Tai Kong now. Okay, and one thing, this is just my thought. I just want to expand the bridge, connecting from Tai Kong to OBC. But I don't know if this is going to be the eye pollution or not, between, if we build a large decks between Tai Kong and the OBC. This is just, worrying me. Any feedback?
Well, there could be option associated with that as to how they do that and what the linkage could be, Maitri. The other thing would be is that if there's any thought, because if you're unsure as to what's going to happen on that plot with regard to this attribute of what it's going to be, what it's going to represent, the thing is that as part of the infrastructure that needs to be thought about now. And maybe as far as the image aspect of viewpoint or whatever, maybe some form of quick, say, sketch could be done. And then maybe we could consider as to what type of view or aesthetic view that would actually create, and whether it would be the eyesore or whether the way in which it's connecting at the moment is the best solution.
But we think we like to do the modern architecture, because I don't think we can use the existing building, because we want to do something really close to the OBC, the by term of design.
Oh, I see.
This is just thought because we want to attract more outside guests to the hotel, and
Yes.
During the evening, even the sand pitch, which is one of the best location, same as Tai Kong, So I really like to utilize the location, attract the outsider to use the hotel service, and on the other hand, I think the people passing by, when you make the restaurant and all kind, when people pass by, I think the impression of the people, and also create the awareness for at home. This is just my thought, okay? Otherwise, we cannot finish the Tai Kong, and then we don't have any solution. But for the Cup Lounge, I can tell you right now, I don't think we agree on that. Yeah.
Okay. So Yannick, you got any thought and thinking associated with that?
Yeah, I mean, so Kun Maitri, if I understand correctly, you would prefer for Tai Kong to be an outlet in itself, and it's just an F&B outlet?
That related to the OBC, because OBC, you are thinking about doing the Beach Cup, is that right?
No, it can't be. We just have to be careful about using the designation beach club, because we're limited with music, sound, because of the soundproofing of the rooms.
Oh, okay.
And there are a lot of beach clubs now in Phuket, and there's a new one popping up every other month, right? The Courtyard's going to have a beach club. But when I was in Patong, I was surprised there was 2 new beach clubs from the last time I was there.
But at least, in the evening, if you create a good atmosphere, you can do light, something.
Of course. We want it to be a space. Today, it's not a guest-friendly space at night, right? As I think Kun Prapin highlighted and a few others, it's a very dark space. So of course we want lighting, we want good sound that could be achieved, not at a high level with high bass, but we have a rooftop in Ho Chi Minh. It's a #1 rooftop because they have small speakers, but every 2-3 meters apart, and the sound stays not loud, but great music, right? So creating an atmosphere, absolutely. But we also have to be mindful that the main goal is going to be to convert as many guests to be sticky in the resort and attract what we can from the outside. But the footfall on that street's actually quite limited. Yeah. When I walked around quite a bit to see what kind of restaurants are there, what's working, what's not working. And that's where we felt a lounge concept for Tai Kong could be interesting because we could put a much higher premium on the rooms, but also, and more importantly, use that space as VIP space for MICE events. So a flexible space that we could use to monetize every time we can. But speaking with Shane yesterday, we did feel that trying to do an outlet standalone outlet that we would market that would be revenue generating is potentially quite an expensive exercise with quite a bit of risk in that particular area. Not saying that the location is not AAA beautiful. It's just the surroundings. It's not. Yeah, it's much more challenging, as we know in Phuket, to be incredibly successful with those type of F&B outlets. I don't know if Shane's still on the call.
You open the restaurant inside the hotel, that even more risk.
Oh, but we agree.
Hmm?
I mean, I think that was part of the discussion we had with Shane yesterday, was more
Okay.
on specialty restaurant, concentration on OBC, and you know, what is Thai today. Try to maximize the all-day dining, but no, we're not trying to say that these will be where outside people come. I think a real opportunity to get outside people and then potentially to have them stay on for a meal or something like that is the activity center, where nobody has that. Not in Patong, not in Karon, nobody has that, right? You have to travel quite high on the island to what is it called, Blue Parrot or Green Parrot, whatever it's called, to have those type of activities. So that you could draw people from the outside in, and then supplement it with F&B offerings and so forth and so forth. But you know, I think that has a real potential to get a pass, and then it's for us to, with our in-resort marketing, to get them to consume more.
Okay, this is just my thought. Okay, but I don't know when we're gonna have a solution on the Tai Kung. We might have to discuss one more time.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
If
Okay.
nobody have any new information, new question, I would like to ask something from OBC issue that we discussed with Kun Chen and Kun Suret last week. May I share screen? Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this the lower still cannot see any. Okay, we have some existing restroom in the blue letter I wrote under the pool deck around there. Yeah, can you see the blue?
Yep.
Yes. And so we question about the activity around here. Before we talk about the swimming pool, we walk around here and discuss about how to utilize this area to use and fit with the MICE group people to use area in some activity. And we talk about the possible to have some restroom.
So,
It's
Khun
just
Suchart,
a sunken. Yes.
can you use your cursor to explain? Thanks. If you use your cursor on this, then everyone's with you.
Oh,
Okay.
that's from the existing restroom that we have, and this is in other corner. It's about the new restroom to fit with the more people to use around there. In case that we have activity to use like a bar or some party.
Mm-hmm.
And even for the sand pit in the left hand side, that we may have some activity that require to use some restroom.
Mm-hmm.
And the next question is about the new swimming pool. We are talking about the totally new structure. And this one, I know that Kun Lem can prepare or propose for authority to make the permit in this case, because this one will be the totally new structure.
Mm-hmm. We're going to add storage in here as well, right? So we actually need storage. We're increasing capacities here. We're increasing outdoor furniture. I think in certain ways and events, if you're thinking about these types of things, especially to the left-hand side, you're probably going to utilize and need storage as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
And last question is about the entrance from the Galon Beach Road, that we talk about whether it's have some other ticket booth or some shade like the security that we just talking about for the outside guests that can love to buy ticket, enjoy the bar or activity around the pool. It's just a question. It's just a question.
I think, you know, to have a integrated area for security would be good, especially for the nights and not necessarily when we're in operation, but when we're not in operation. For example, at the Sawahin, we had hidden an area within a hedge, right? They had large hedge at the entrance, and we put a little area for security there. I think that would be something to look at. A ticket booth, no, I don't think that's necessary. This area, we're trying to draw people into the area in order to consume drinks and food and so forth. A ticket area or that should be thought for the activities area where I believe we could charge, because we don't necessarily want people coming from street side to cross the entire resort to get to the activities area, right? We'd like to try to control the outsider flow much better, which would be a OBC, potentially Tai for F&B, right? One area, and then the activities managed a little bit separate. This would be my view, but I defer to AJ, who's on site as well, what your thoughts are.
Well, you know, Yannick, with regard to that area here for the ticket booth, actually, because a lot of the guests that have come from the beach back into the hotel property, there's an external shower here, right? There's 2 external showers, and also in that same district, there has to be a towel drop-off area. They're not going to be carrying their wet and sandy towels back into the rooms and back into the resort, unless they're wearing it themselves, right? They may wear it because they may want to be have a bit of privacy. But apart from that, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of towel drop off in this zone anyway. So in peak periods and high times, you're going to have that manned anyway, correct?
Right now, they're all going to the OBC area where there is towels. I think more what Shane and we were talking about is not so much just the ticket. It's more of people to, like you said, Robert, is to put the stuff before they go out or wash up before they go out. And if this becomes that day pass here, then that's a place for them to come in. If this is not a day pass, then for this area, if the day is on the other activity area, then we don't need this operationally. I think we have to determine that people will come here or to the other area. If the activity zone is the other part, then we don't need anything here. This stays OBC or Ocean Beach Lounge and our hotel zone, not outside zone.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I just express my question there. Okay,ครับ. Anybody have any new comment?
Just want to ask about spa.
ครับคุณไมตรีครับคุณไมตรีไมค์ปิดแล้วครับไมค์ปิดอยู่ครับ
อ๋อได้ยินไหมครับ
ได้ยินแล้วครับ
Okay คุณ Yannick what do you think about spa you gonna turn to a like pool villa?
No decision has been done on this Khun Maitri. I think, again, it's more looking at studying the potential returns and or costs associated with moving spa or moving fitness, right? Again, I think at one point we need a QS or we need to have costing on all these wonderful elements in order to prioritize. And see where the potential return on investments are the greatest, which could be in terms of ADR uplift, which could be in terms of MICE conversion, which could be in terms of outside revenues, so forth and so forth. But I know it was an option that had been discussed, but as far as I know, no decision had been made on it.
Yeah, because the revenue for the spa is not that great, so it's welcome, to do something else.
Yeah, so that was the idea, was to see, can
Yeah.
we turn these bungalows into a villa type,
Yeah.
which generate a greater ADR. Now, on the plus side is we have some structures and some base, but again, looking at trying to, right now they're overseeing a lagoon. So for them to really have an added value from a price elasticity point of view, we need to have a real proper, in my opinion, a real proper pool that goes with them, and a good use of privacy in terms of outdoor space, indoor space. Okay, but that hasn't been part of P49's. Well, we haven't started working on that yet in order to assess costs, because again, it will depend on unit cost and what we could generate.
Okay, fine.
So we've kept it quite like the way that we've, or the way that Kun Lem has kind of approached the activity zone, whether it stays a spa, whether it becomes villas, we've kind of kept the activities a little bit away from that, and we'll create some privacy to ensure that is protected, knowing that that's probably a phase 2 or eventually a phase 3 option.
Okay.
There were no feedback in terms of the activity area. Is there any concerns, anything that we really like or dislike?
Many things to do, no? You have to pick and choose gone. Okay, before we move.
I mean, if it's anything encouraging, we have these in smaller versions, but again, smaller hotels. For example, the Soa Hit, we have it in Movenpick Camaran, for example. We implemented a part of it, but more for young kids in Jomtien. All these hotels have seen significant market share gains, ADR uplift, and are more resilient to downturns than the competition or prior to the implementations.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So shall we make some?
I think what's
conclusion?
important is whatever we would decide, and I had mentioned that to Kun Lem last week, is that we pick items that blend well with the landscaping, like more woods versus, steel or very modern elements that will blend into the landscaping to make it a harmony versus something that completely contrasts with the serene environments of the tropical grounds that are currently on offer, right? So we want that to blend in, not just be
blend together. Okay, we might take one tennis court to be like basketball, whatever, right? Because now it's too many. Can we?
One of the fastest growing sports for 40 and up is pickleball. And it's very, very popular. It takes less space. So we thought one tennis court could become pickleball, which is much more contemporary. And a basketball, a current tennis court, we don't have to draw all the lines, but just by painting the lines, you could have one of the tennis courts where there's a basket at the end of it, right? This is what we've done at Soa Hin. So at Soa Hin, it's easy to use half court. And if they want full court, it's not a problem. So a tennis court can be both used for basketball and tennis.
Okay. So before we move on, what do we have any solution on the Lagoon area, Lagoon Hall area? What is going to be the Lagoon Hall?
Which one? 19?
Yeah.
I think Lagoon Hall
is 7.
It's
It's
about
7 clearly.
7, 6, 6,
7.
It still be a meeting room, function room, or what?
Yeah.
As far as I know, I haven't heard of anything different for that area.
Okay. ได้แล้วค่ะคุณสุชาติไม่มีอะไร
So,
So in this case, yes, go ahead, Kap.
Yeah. Look, I'm just thinking, Khun Prapin, out loud. So more or less, let's look at the overall effectiveness and associated cost with regard to the implementation of what we see here from this presentation, and then look at it from a rationalisation point of view and an owner's perspective. You need to come back to us to say as to what you can afford, and then because I'll let you speak. Thank you.
ได้ไหมคุณสุชาติ
ครับOkay ครับ so that's all the conclusion for this presentation today.
Just one point that's missing for me, and I guess the sooner we come to a decision. So it's just as I mentioned for the pool villas, it's a good idea, but we need to cost them to see what it would be. But because if we, and again, it could be phase 2, phase 3, but in terms of the overall master planning, I think this we need to decide sooner than later. Robert, if I'm wrong, let me know. But for example, if the spa area becomes pool villas, then the spa needs to be moved. If the spa needs to be moved, the discussed area was the current squash courts and current fitness area, which means the fitness area needs to be moved, then it needs to go under OBC. If it goes under OBC, then the pool, the landscaping around that needs to represent that. So when I'm working out, I have a nice view, which at the moment is not very, for lack of a better word, very sexy. But also, if we're going to do OBC, for example, in phase 1, then the fitness needs to be part of phase 1. So what would we need, or how do we go about, or I don't know, Khun Prapin, has a decision been made or not, or Khun Suchart, in terms of those elements? Because again, we could decide finally what we do with those bungalows in phase 2, phase 3, but if we're going to move the fitness, then that needs to be probably phase 1, right?
Nothing still, not everything still under consideration, because to move fitness is cost a lot, no? Kun Jenny?
Yeah, exactly.
So better if just another opinion, if stay there, because it's 24 hours, and guests can check in themselves, right? So we should not invest that much in the investment, right?
I agree.
We put the money on the equipment and stay there, and perhaps we turn the squash court to be the spa. I don't know. Perhaps that two area can be switched, either squash to be fitness, or and gym and spa to the gym. I don't know. Because the changing room can stay there because they use together.
I tend to like your idea, Khun Prapin, of not moving fitness, because fitness kind of links with all the activity areas, and there was an idea of the outdoor fitness, so there's a nice link. And again, I prefer to keep as you said, the monies to be spent on new experiences, or for example, the pool in OBC, the new pool, which will have a significant impact. So I prefer that. For the spa, I guess we would need to have, I don't know if that falls under P49 or if it falls under, but to study what a spa would look like in the squash courts. At one point, I think that's what we would need to understand to make that final decision, but that could be phase 2. Okay, so for the moment, we keep the fitness where it is.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
perfect.
And I think we will make the suggestion and send it to Khun Lem to proceed the next for the design develop within probably next week or 2. Okay,ครับ. I think that's all for today, and appreciate for all your attend this meeting, very long one.
Yes.
Okay,ครับ. We will make the minute and issue to you all for information and suggestion. Thank you very much for today. Thank you, Khun Lem.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a nice lunch.
Thank you all.
ครับ
ขอบคุณมากครับ
ครับสวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ